Today on Cassidys Craveable Creations, we're making keto baby back ribs that just might be the best ribs you've ever eaten. They fall off the bone without being overcooked, they have a nice bark or crust, and they are loaded with flavor. We've been making these keto baby back ribs all summer and serving them to friends and family, and we're really excited to share the recipe with you today. They can be made in the oven or the smoker, but today we're going to show you how to make them in the smoker. And to see the recipe with both variations, I will have the link to the full recipe in the description below. Any great rib recipe starts with what?
A good rub.
A good rub. So for the rub, we have ground mustard, chipotle chili powder, onion powder, smoked paprika, garlic powder, black pepper, sea salt or any kind of coarse salt, and keto brown sweetener. We'll just combine all of the spices in a small bowl to rub on the ribs. Now that the rib is ready, we're going to prepare the ribs. And we're using baby back ribs, but you can also use St. Louis style ribs or spare ribs, but they're just a little bigger, so you might need to cook them just a little bit longer. Now we need to take off the membrane. You want to start taking the membrane off? Because the membrane, as it cooks, it'll get hard and it'll make the ribs tough. And it also prevents the seasonings from absorbing into the meat. So you can just put like a knife underneath it and just pull it off once you get a hold of it. And if it's real wet, you can use a paper towel to grab a hold of it better. So now we'll put the rub mixture on the ribs, but before we do that, I like to put just a little bit of water on the ribs first, and it helps dissolve the rub into the meat. Okay, put it on top, get it nice and covered, and then we'll flip it over and do the other side. After we finish putting the rub on, we're gonna wrap it tightly for about 2 hours and put it in the fridge. And this allows time for the salt to get absorbed into the meat, and it makes the ribs juicier, and it gives a little bit of a better crust or bark on the top. So we'll just wrap this up real tightly and we'll put it in the fridge, and then we will put it on the smoker.
So we've tried the 3-2-1 method, the Texas crunch, all this, but what we found that works very well is just to put it on the smoker at 225 for 3 to 5 hours, depending on how big it is. And then what I like to do is come out every 45 minutes or every hour and spritz it with a melted butter, apple cider vinegar, and Worcestershire sauce mixture. So because there's a difference in smokers, there's a difference in how big these are, I like to start watching them after about 3 hours, 3.5 hours, really paying attention. And then you'll know it's done when you take tongs and you pick it up in the middle and it starts to crack across the top. That's when you know you have got it. And at that point, what we like to do is put just a nice thin layer of barbecue sauce only on the meat side, just across the top. And then leave it for just a few more minutes, maybe 15, 20. Keep an eye on it, but what'll happen is that barbecue sauce will caramelize and have just such a neat color and such a great texture when you start to cut into them.
These look so good, and they smell good too. I'm just going to put just a little bit extra of barbecue sauce, and I'll have a link to the keto barbecue sauce that I really like in the description below and in the recipe card. Okay, are you about ready to try this? I like a lot of barbecue sauce.
Cassidy thinks that ribs make me cry because they're so good. Yeah. But it's actually the smoker.
He always cries.
But when you eat these, you may cry because they are that good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. These look so good. And they have a little bit of pink around them. You can't see it very good because there's barbecue sauce on it. But that's just what's called a smoke ring. It doesn't mean they're undercooked. It really means that they're awesome.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I like this one.
Okay. I'm scared to just bite into it. It's so messy.
I'm not.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. These are perfectly tender. Oh, look at it. Yeah.
You're going to love them. Be sure and like us, subscribe below.